Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to come back. I'm going to put the forks and knives away really quick. That's great. And then I'll get on to the breakfasty stuff. Guys. Oh no, pick those up, Iris, please. Thank you. Thanks, honey. Hey, alright. Put that in the drawer. Okay, you're gonna save that for breakfast? Okay. Alright. Yep, I still haven't fixed that crash. I wonder if it's because my phone is old or something. Let's try and make some space here. And onward to, I guess we're making some kind of breakfast burrito scramble thing. You want a breakfast burrito scramble thing? Yeah, you can have a bite. Okay. Let's see. Anyway, Molly, are you back? Or is it just Evan so far? Honey, I need you to move so I can actually use this space now. Oh, I gotta wash this. Alright. See you guys.
Mommy, are you back?
I'll put you guys in. Almost got you in the sink. What time do I start Instacart today? So technically, yeah, you probably weren't here for that either. My shift, I don't remember. Iris, don't do that. That's no good. I think my shift itself starts at like 1 because like somebody else booked time for the earlier stuff, but gift thing with Instacart. So yeah, you can schedule hours, and when you schedule hours, you're actually guaranteed a certain amount of money per hour. It's like $5. It's not much, but it's something in case you don't do anything. And there's only a certain amount of those slots available. But you can now just kind of go online and be like, hey, I'm available to work. And they will see if there's anything around for you. So, yeah, once Amanda and Iris have taken off, I'll probably, well, after I've eaten breakfast, I'll probably put myself on for that. So I'm also going to, I'll probably jump over to the computer with the live stream, making yet another one. So if you're watching an archive, thanks, and go to the third part soon. But yeah, so technically I don't start until 1, but I am gonna like make myself available soon after eating and all that. So who knows? I could be on for, another hour. I could be on for another 3 hours. But yeah, and I do have some things I want to do at the computer first, so definitely another hour I'll be streaming probably, and then I'll turn that on, because I need to move some money around. We don't care if we have to jump on another screen. We missed you too much. Oh, thank you. I'll be here for another half hour till I go to work. Great. Alright, I'm gonna cut stuff. Coming right back. Where are the sausages? Sausages? Alright, sausages. Pepper, onions, Legs. What's that? I have a laptop and my phone linked to the TV. Right on. Okay, let's chop some stuff. Man. So speaking of laptops, mine actually, for a brief minute or so the other night, stopped making that noise altogether. And I think it's, yeah, I wonder where Ellie is too. Can someone, like, tag her on Discord and tell her I'm live? Please? Yeah, it stopped making that noise. But not because I think it was better. I think it had gotten so full of hair and dust that the fan couldn't move anymore. But now it's making the noise again. And thank you, Molly. Yeah, well, I really need to jump over to the Apple Store one of these days and see if they can't take it apart and blow some air in there. Okay. Come on, wait. Okay. Soup on this. Right. Thanks, Molly. Right on. Awesome sauce. Onions. I forgot to move you guys to the chopping level. Let's do that. Chopping. Okay. I could make my phone stand. Talking about stupid things almost broke my leg. Whoa, no, what? How did you do that? What, baby? Why don't you make more coffee? Great. You have all the, you're doing the doctor papers. Oh shoot, that reminds me, I have to fill out all that stuff for that temp thing. I don't have enough time in the day anymore. What? Yeah, what happened, Evan? Okay. Do we not have a green pepper? Also, what the heck? Okay. 1 second. Oh, we got some green. I want to use this up before it goes bad. Iris, what's up? Okay. I might just... Wait, I missed the thing. Metal plate on my hand. Ah! Ouch, man. Thanks, Alexa. It's too cold for that nonsense. Alexa, stop. Alexa, what stupid day is it?
Today is Wednesday, February 28th.
What? No. Alexa, launch this stupid day.
This stupid day is in your flash briefing. To hear it, just say, what's my flash briefing? To manage it,
Well, if I just want to hear that part.
Settings, then select flash briefing.
Ugh. Alexa, what's my flash briefing? I just want that one
here's
thing.
Your flash briefing. For this stupid day, today is National Day of the Emergent Worm. Celebrating the inspirational emergent worm. From Reuters TV.
Alexa, stop. Wait. stabbed myself with a screwdriver. Oh, geez, dude. See, you can't even see what I want you to see. Can I do this with? There we go. Actually got you we'll do that. A little more. Yeah. Oh, that's not too far. Yeah, we could double car that. Allie, what's up? How are you doing? Welcome back. These things away. Time for sausages. Do I do one sausage or two? One. Not just one. Oh yeah. That's exciting. Oh, did this freeze in that? That's awesome. YouTube, what the hell? Seriously, again with this? Alright, I'm gonna try and fix it, guys. Zoom. Nope, not part 3 yet. I did the exact same thing, and it let me resume this time. I have no idea. It's so glitchy. Like, if they wanted to really push live streaming, maybe make sure it works. Thanks. Yeah, I'm really hoping this thing that Phil's got going on works out. Yeah, it'd be sad to move away from YouTube, but not if I'm making money. Excuse me. Iris, come here. Hey, Iris. You want to watch the egg cracking? My husband's. Oh no, oh Ellie, that sucks. Ugh, that's terrible. Hang on, guys. Hey, Iris, come here. You want? Oh, that's dangerous. Are you gonna help me crack eggs? Are you gonna do flips? You don't wanna do flips? It was really impressive, but you guys couldn't see it. Okay, leave Mommy alone. She needs some time. Can you help me stir this? Go like this with your hands. No, you don't want to cook the breakfast? Yeah. think you could. You're what, 2.5? You could totally cook for breakfast. You want to play with the sharp knives? No. No! Just kidding. Okay. Right on. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. Glug. Alright. Nom. Okay. You gotta crack some eggs. Ow. What? Oh, now you want just me? I'm gonna crack the eggs. Hang on. Can you get me a fork? Ooh. Hey, Beach, what's up? Great. Thanks. Let's see. Mostly nothing. Can you open the fridge? I need to get the milk out.
Yeah.
Okay, open the refrigerator door. Good job. Put that in there. Oh, it's so heavy. I don't think you can pick this milk up. Okay, again, open it up. Oh, pull. Oh, yeah, here you go. All right, close it up. What's been going on, Mitch? How you been? Hey. What are you doing? You okay, Iris? Okay. Put it, ooh. Did I get that on your foot? No. I see it. That's right. There. Oh, that's also. No, I need. Oh, it's not. No, don't put your feet in it. Okay, can you throw that out? I need a spatula. There it is. Aha. Oh man. All right.
Daddy, do you need a sausage?
What about the sausage? It's gonna be in the scramble, honey.
In the square?
Yeah, leave this alone.
I want it in the scramble.
Please don't touch the package.
Okay. How can you open it?
I cut it and then it's open. Okay. All right. Let's get these eggs in. What are you doing, Iris?
What is next?
That is a fork. What are you asking me?
But why is it already in it? Why?
What?
I guess already finished.
Oh, Iris. Stop. What are you doing? Stop.
Ha 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 ha. It's black. But I want a fork to fix black. I got it.
Iris? Okay. Why are you doing this thing? No, no, no. You're gonna bend that fork. No.
I want a fork.
Well, but they're not for jamming and things like that. That's how they get all messed up. Don't get a new clean fork. No. Hey, you have plastic forks in your kitchen set that are for playing with. Use a plastic fork.
I don't want a plastic.
Well, don't mess up the clean ones that we use for eating. Get out of that drawer. I'm gonna come get you. Well, you use the purple one that's on the counter. What?
I don't want to.
There.
Too dirty, Dad. It's
Ah. Don't use a clean fork.
too dirty.
It's on the Buddha table. Yes, I don't want you getting a clean fork dirty just to play. What's wrong, Iris? You're hungry, huh? Hey, Iris, do you want to get the cheese out? No? Okay. Okay. Alright, guys. Not ignoring. Alright. It's ready. Yeah. And she's hungry. Well, you want to be playing with forks and jamming them into the drawers, Allie? Okay. Alright. Really hope that it's gonna work out. Thanks, me too. No, the sobbing thing. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Evan. This is too much hustle. Like, and I'm not getting to eat dinner with everyone, or, you know, I'll put the kids to bed. Okay, it's done. Oh, shoot. So, yeah, something needs to change. Yeah. I don't know, grapefruit juice? Oh, no cold grapefruit juice, why? Yeah. I mean, it would be awesome if I pitch this TV show and that gets picked up, or even just put into like a test promotion kind of thing. That'd be cool, just for a little while. But honestly, if the other thing works out, where I'm just streaming for money, that'd be super sweet. But we'll see. you did both somehow. Oh, well, yeah, that would be easy enough. I mean, because the one with the streaming thing sounds like it's you're making your own hours, doing your own content. So I could totally do that on my own schedule. And if the show got picked up, it would be like a full-time day job kind of thing. Where are things? All right, stand by. I'll be right back. Sorry, what was... Nara wants to come in? Hang on, guys. I'll review. When you say you don't have any rules, what do you mean? Evan, for which thing? So I don't know a lot about either thing just yet. Okay, Allie. Probably. I haven't taken mine yet, but yeah, there probably is. So the school lottery it's like a non-decisive lottery, which is weird. So basically, what happens is, so for kindergarten, which is what we're doing, they had something like 220, 240 applicants for 24 spots. Oh no, that's fine. And then, so they randomized. This is what we got to be a part of. Was they do the randomizing of your pull number. So it's basically like where you are on the list. But then after that, they're going to go through and make adjustments based on things like, do they have a sibling going to this school? Are they, is there, the parent to staff, are they in a certain range? Are they low income? So they make all these adjustments, and then like everything shifts. So our randomized number was like 158, which is pretty far down. So it's like unlikely that we got into that, but I mean, who knows? And so we won't know for like another 2 to 3 weeks what the actual outcome is for that particular lottery. It's super weird, but that's what it is. So we'll see. I do. So my official shift is like starts at like 1 p.m. But they just started this new thing where you can just kind of make yourself available and be online. So I'll end up doing that in a little bit. I have a few things I need to do first that I can do while I have you guys on the phone, and then we'll switch things up. Yeah, there's one left. But pretty much I'm working every day for the next 2 weeks because that's all they let you schedule in advance. Some amount. I don't know. It's a little... I mean, the minute something better comes around, I'm clearly taking it because it's not, worth it exactly. Like, it's not a sustainable income. There's way too much wear on the car and gas and all that stuff to make it, every 3 days I have to fill up my car. Oh. I like the act of it. They don't pay for gas. No grapefruit juice at all? Yeah, it's just like Uber or Postmates. Yeah, totally, Evan. You got rain? We got rain the last couple of days. Yeah, it's definitely more of like a, side gig if you have something else and you just want extra money and you don't have a life. Hang on. What? That's how you know it's cooked. The brown on the sausage is the good part. I'll eat it. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think if more people tipped, which is half the problem, is like half the people don't seem to tip yet. Well, I'm gonna do it until I find another job. I don't really have anything else I can be doing. So the problem is that it eats up so much time too. Makes it hard to keep looking for other stuff. Which thankfully I went to that temp agency yesterday and hopefully they'll find something. So at least I have, an avenue that's looking for work for me. Even if it's only, a temporary shift. That'll be nice. Do you want me to make you another one or just leave it out? Yes? Okay. 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 Yeah. People stiff Tony sometimes too. You think people would count for tip for a little? Yeah. I mean, pretty much any service industry in America you should be tipping for, even though I know I don't. But at the point that you're having someone deliver groceries to your house, it seems like you should know better. It's funny because I feel like, and I can't exactly tell because half the time, once you've made a delivery, you don't really have the information on what that house was. Like they don't show you that address again after you've gone there. So like there are times where it's hard to tell which deliveries actually tipped me or not. Well, that just seems rude. I don't know, Meech. I don't know what's a tactful way to get around that. I've thought about it. Like, I figure I just see how it goes for a while and then I'll try and make adjustments. So we'll see. Hang on. Yeah, I don't feel like that goes over well. No, hang on. I gotta take this to Amanda. Okay, I feel like I missed something before Meech said that. I tip anyone who's doing me a service. Yeah, well, yeah, that wouldn't go over well. They need to make it more clear. Yeah, see, I don't know what the app side for the customer looks like. What? Hang on. What are you asking me? Sure. Or 9. I don't know. Depends on my shoes. Yeah, why do they need to know my height? Who is this? For Iris? Okay, just do what you can. Sometimes people just don't know. Right, I agree. I think what they should do, I don't think it should be, something that I say. I think that's off. But I think it should be in the app. And I think there is something in the app. I just think it needs to be more present. Like once I've hit the thing that says like I've delivered it, like a thing pops up on their side, and I don't know. Maybe it does. That's why I was like, "How is your delivery? Would you like to tip your driver or shopper, whatever?" But I just don't know what that user interface looks like on that side. And I know it's built in somehow. I just don't know how present it is. But there are a couple other places where I'm like, they could totally put a message here or here. Like when you do a so there's two methods. One is the delivery only, and one is a shopping, where like, so the shopping one, I actually go into the store and find the items, and the other one, someone in the store has already done that part and just bagged it all, and I just pick up the bags and go. And in that particular instance, there's like a label on the bag that has like a barcode and some other stuff. Later, Allie. And they could totally just put a message on there like, tip your driver, whatever. But, yeah. Alright. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow, but maybe. I should try to work in the zone with the wrist. I do. It's a little tricky to figure out. And like sometimes I feel like one of the two biggest houses I went to didn't tip me. And the other one was like a medium tip, was like $8. And then like I've gone to like, it seems like the millennials tip the best, actually. Because I've gone, or like just, yeah, they're probably millennials, like 30-year-olds. Iris, come here, huh? What do you need? What do you need?
She doesn't want the sausage.
Don't eat the sausage.
She only wants the egg. And she's upset. And you can just take her in the other room.
I got all the sausage over there. Here's the egg. Okay.
All family history of gastrointestinal problems.
Yes. I have that, I guess. I don't think you really have to fill every single thing out. I mean, I had an ulcer at 13 or something. I had an ulcer at 13. Iris, come here.
In your stomach or where?
Stomach. Well, definitely, especially when I'm doing like 14 days of work. Not 10 hours every single time, but... Iris, you gotta let mommy do this. Come here, love. Up, 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 Can you eat upside down? Oh, okay. Alright, Molly. We'll catch you later. Have fun at work. Alright. You okay? Hey, you gotta cover up all that Play-Doh. It's gonna dry out. Can you do that for me? Can you at least put one away, the green? Can you put the green away? Do you want this bite of egg?
No. I don't want.
Alright, don't eat the egg. What do you want?
I want Mom.
Oh, you gotta give her a few minutes. Yeah. No, it is, Meech. It's a lot. And the sitting around is worse. You want that orange? Can you peel it?
Yeah. So cold.
Okay, but do you want to peel it or do you want me to peel it?
I want you to peel.
Or do you want me to start it and you finish it?
Peel it.
Do you like it more when it's no, I like it more when it's busy, for sure. Um, I just wish the zone was kind of smaller, because like, you know, when I do like a I'll read that in a second, when a run, and that run ends up taking me like a total of like 30 to 40 minutes. It's not worth it. If I can't do 2 or 3 in that hour, it's like totally worthless. I mean, not totally, but it's just not right. Ryan, did you restart the stream? My phone told me you were streaming, and when I went to YouTube and pieces that you weren't. Yes, it froze like twice, and I did restart completely once. Do you shop? It's multiple stores, so I've done like um, 3 big chains that I hit, and there are more on there. There are Whole Foods, Ralph's, and Gelson's, and I've probably hit 12 different stores.
How old were you?
How what?
How old were you when you were at
Like 13? Just making sure YouTube isn't trying any shit. Well, they are, Ryan, but not in this case, maybe? Alright. Oh, also the cat bit me this morning.
Yeah?
Yeah, right in my hand.
How?
With her mouth. I don't remember. I was petting her. I think I picked her up, put her down. Whoa.
Nora?
Okay, Nora? What? I don't know, but she was like, he was chasing her, and she definitely was not on the good side of it. Sorry, there's a cat chasing my cat. So I had like picked her up, and I was petting her, and she got down, and I think I was petting her more, and we were close to the kitten side-ish, by the computer, and she just like on the bed, like nipped me.
Is it more of a scratch than a puncture? Yeah.
Yeah,
She
it's
didn't,
a
like,
scratch. She
sink
didn't.
in.
She didn't.
Yeah, all of her bites on me have wound up being like more like scratches than like in-depth punctures.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I'm gonna get you. It was like, here's a warning, but
Yeah.
it was pretty unprovoked. Yeah. My foster mom cat is having some, I don't know, issues. She's either just overly protective. It's weird because she's super sweet to me, and then she's been much more nippy and clawy with Amanda, but occasionally she gets me too. Yeah, I'm.
Well, I'm also just in there more often, and I
That's
have to
true.
hold the babies more often, and I have to reach in and like change the litter,
Yeah.
change for food, and
Right.
that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't think she's really necessarily
More aggressive to you?
toward one of us than the other. I think it's just
That could be
more
true.
opportunity with me.
Yeah.
She can be super sweet with me too,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So which is what makes it almost harder because it's like so random
Right.
and hard to understand.
It's very yeah. It's weird. So Meech. Yeah, I signed up for Postmates a while ago. And I'm going to give that a shot as well soon. Um, So I'm kind of going in phases here. Technical director. What was I saying? Alright, so I'm kind of going in phases where first I did like just the Instacart, the way it works with the scheduling of the shifts. And now I'm adding in, since they just started doing it where you can just go online. With the shifts one, it doesn't really let you ignore a delivery. But if you go like online and like you're available just as a sort of whatever, you can accept or decline. So once I've given that a day or two, see how that one runs, I'm gonna stop scheduling shifts all the time maybe, and just do the online thing and do Postmates with it, because then I can just be like, great, I got a Postmates, I'll go here, or I got a Instacart, I'll go here, and I can just decline the other stuff. But I don't want to be in the middle of a Postmates run, get an Instacart run, and be like, it's gonna take me an extra 20 minutes because I gotta drop off these wings. So we'll see how it is. It does seem like they might have more. They have like, I don't know what the actual base pay on Postmates is, but they seem to have more things of like, hey, if you deliver 35 things this weekend, we'll give you an extra $100. So, although based on what I've done for Instacarts, 35 seems like a lot. So I have to really see what those things are.
Stop. Take this plate, please.
Hey Iris, come on. Give me 1 second. You gotta go to the doctor, honey. Damn it. Everything's fine. Pink snack cup? Okay, maybe. Yep. Okay. D-I-A-G-N-O-I-S. Google it. You want more kicks? You want Special K? Surveyor job I was trying to get fell through, and now my option is Dollar General. That sucks, Ryan.
I got the top. I got the top. Daddy, I got the top.
You got the top?
No, I got the top of the kit.
Okay. Yes, you're right. I'm only putting a little Special K because it's a little crumbly. Okay, what else do you need in here? Cranberries and almonds and a prune. Should I give you a prune, or is that a bad idea? Okay. Alright, time is it? 10:40. So, Liz. should be back. Tell me I'm back. Can anybody? Anybody? Iris, yay! Okay, let's make some coffee. Okay, it happened yesterday. He's had some how's over down in Chicago. Oh. Right on. One second. Iris, what's up? Those ones aren't cold, are they? I don't know if we even have any ice packs in here anymore. Yeah. Here, Iris. Hello, kitty. Come here. Here. Where's the other one, honey? Oh, Iris, mommy is doing stuff. Boy. Where's the picture of me on the fridge? I got you. Hang on. There you are. Awkward. Okay, let's make coffee. This away. And I'm just trying to fill the coffee. Okay. Alright, let's get this kid ready. Iris, come on. Where are you at? Okay. Yellow shoes, okay? Iris, I am coming for you. Where are you? You don't want Aria on your bed? Okay, I will move her. You come here though. I need you to put shoes on. Okay, you could do that after shoes. Green jacket. I will help you get your green jacket. First, I'm going to throw the shoe around. That's what you get, shoe.
My shoe escaped out of your hand.
Did it? Jumped right out.
Yeah.
Okay, green jacket. Is it on the back of that door? Okay. This green? Come in.
I want mommy to put it up.
Well, can I do it? Because mommy's really busy, honey. She needs to get this thing done for your appointment. Thank you. All right,
That's enough.
okay, well, let's get your hair out of the back first. Good. Turn around. Button. Look up. Head up. I think we're all in it. We don't need to do this one, do we?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Yeah.
All right. I usually don't do my top button because it bothers my neck too much. But this is kind of a different shaped collar. All right, show the stream. Look over here. We're gonna be like fashion forward, fam. Don't do that. Okay, what are you doing?
And I want to put my hand in the pocket.
Is this a real pocket?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? There are buttons on the pockets. That's silliness. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Pockets. Good. All right, let's go to the living room. Sleeve shot. Okay. Okie dokes. I'm listening. So pretty. Yeah. What is this?
George Washington.
Oh. He's beautiful. Okay. George Washington. First of the
Lord Washington.
trans presidents. What? What are you doing? That was sneaky.
Okay, I love you. Goodbye.
Love you, bye too. Hey. Uh-oh. Seemed like that broke for a second. It did not. What? What's going on? What?
That's all day.
What did she say?
I don't want to.
She said, she was looking out the window going, not my president. Hey, can you carry this cart, this thing to my
Oh,
car?
you're taking that to the car?
Yeah.
Guys, I'll be right back.
After our appointment at that time, I'm gonna drop it off.
I gotta throw this in this car. I'll be right back. I can't close that door.
I'll be right back. What? Oh, take the stroller out, will you?
Okay, I'm back. So, coming in there? Alright. I just need to make sure that the cat that's not supposed to leave has not left. Okay. Aria. Oh crap, I don't see her anywhere. Aria! She's totally outside. Aria out? I can't find her. Let's check the back. Okay. So now the gardeners are blowing things with their big leaf blower, so it's... Oh, there she is. Sitting. I didn't look behind the couch. Great. I expected to see her like bolting across the backyard as like the leaf blower went off. Speaking about blowing, that's a good segue. Excuse me for a second. Alright. Much better. So it's what, almost 11? Okay. Maybe I should just wrap things up with the stream so I can actually focus on some stuff. So I'll just hang out for 10 to 15 minutes and then actually get that work done. But I should plug you guys in. What? Where's the plug? Hang on. Oh yeah. Be right back. Right on. Yeah. This stream all the time thing. But I do very much want to do a Zombicide stream one of these days real soon. I'll figure that out. And not that I expect any of you guys to jump on this, but I've been working on shifting my Patreon so that it is specifically geared toward the live streams and stuff. Can I explain what a temp agency is? So a temp agency is it's like a third party company that supplies temporary or like substitute workers. So if you have a big corporation and like your receptionist is sick and you need, or they're taking a vacation and you don't have anyone that can fill that, then you go to this temp agency. I assume you pay them some kind of finder's fee, and they help supply you with workers to fill that slot for that, for that time. And sometimes, they do like actual full-time employment as well, but generally it's on a temporary basis. So the one that I went to, which is called Act One, specifically also does production work, so stuff in film and television, which is my field. So they have like positions at like Riot Games, and there was a movie company that I can't remember that they told me about, but they're the company that does like Bad Moms. You did that for 8 years? Like got work through a temp agency or worked at a temp agency? So yeah, we'll see what happens. I have all these like, it is so complex. They have so much sort of stuff to do to like get work from them. So yeah, this particular one, had me sign like 20 different documents, like all the typical standard documents you would sign at any job, like, worker safety and sexual harassment and like this, all those. It was at least 20, if not 30 documents to sign in advance. And then there's all these sort of assessments to see what software you're good with, what your skills are, like how fast you type and all that stuff. So I feel like I have another 2 hours of like things to do. And I'm like, when am I supposed to do that? The nice thing with the assessments is that If you feel like you did really badly, you can take it again. So that's good. But yeah, on the hiring side, like whereas normally you would have to go interview someone and be like, well, blah blah blah, can you do this? What's your this? Can you know? They don't really have to worry about quite as much as that because like this temp agency specifically is so thorough about what they do. I think they do a background check as well, so that it's like, you know, the hiring company can be like, can we see his assessment for Microsoft Suite, like Excel and Word, and then like be like, here you go. So like they really get a good sense of who they're hiring. So it's cool for both sides, I think. Um, and then like on my side, like we went over. I had a whole meeting, and we had a whole meeting about like what I'm looking for, what I want to work at, what jobs I'm good at, what I'm open to trying, when I'm available, and things like that. So they know, a whole lot. So hopefully, and like what my salary requirements are, which I was like, it's this, but honestly, I'll do anything. Um, what did you ask me? I saw that. What do you think the future holds? Man, if I knew, I wouldn't be quite in such a worried state. I know what I hope the future holds, which is like running my own live streaming studio and just live streaming the stuff I want to live stream all the damn time. I would love to just be producing shows, even if I'm not always on them, but like have my own sort of live streaming network or channel that has other stuff on it. Aria, psst, stop messing up our couches. You're a jerk. So yeah, if either of these two meetings that are coming up go well, that will be an amazing step in the right direction. What is she doing? This cat is crazy. Oh, coffee's done. Let's go back to the kitchen. Oh, the dragon sauce away. Also, you'll be good. Thanks. I hope so. It's getting kind of scary around here. Where's my coffee cup? There it is. Yeah, I am literally emptying out the rest of my savings today so we can pay rent. And I'm praying to God that I can make enough money through Instacart to pay rent again next month. And that's just rent. Yeah, if I don't get... Yeah, I mean, I'm always optimistic, if not realistic, but, yeah. Yeah, if I don't get a steady gig soon, it's gonna get dire. And by soon, I mean like 2 weeks. Oh man, all this Play-Doh is out. God damn it. I don't think this stuff's good anymore. It's like spongy. Putting this away, but I don't think it's gonna be any good. That's pretty dry. Lid. Yeah, the other sort of crappy thing about having to work quite so much on Instacart is that I really just don't have time to even look for other work. But they have these in-store shopper positions. And it's funny because like the other night I was out there and I was running to a store, and then all these in-store there's like 3 in-store shoppers or whatever, and it was like, I wonder how you become one of those and what they get. And like literally 10 minutes later, they sent out an email from Instacart that was like, hey, we're trying to hire in-store shoppers for Manhattan Beach, which is like over an hour away from me, so that's not a reasonable one. But it was like, it gave all the details. It was like, so it's totally part-time, it's up to 30 hours a week, but it's $16 an hour, which is kind of more than I'm averaging on these runs. So I'm like, yeah, if I could pick that up and then do the driving on the side as well, I think I can actually, assuming I actually get close to 30 hours a week. Yeah, if I got 30 hours a week, plus did a little bit of driving, spread out, like a couple hours a day, that wouldn't suck. You say that, but in Los Angeles it sucks. Because really, that's the average, and then factoring traffic in can take up to twice that. A lot of people that live in LA move back and forth from the city depending on their income. Yeah, I mean, we're in the valley right now, and it's getting expensive out here. I couldn't imagine still being in Hollywood. Although technically, if I was still in Hollywood, I'd probably be in that rent control department. It would only be like $900 a month at this point. But I have friends that live like another hour and a half out, and he commutes to like down to Culver City, so it's got to be over 2.5 hours for him to commute. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine that. The way you're living in a cheaper city, you'd still have a pulse in LA. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, it may become that one day. I don't know. It's just, it's rough because, like, the girls, like, everything is about, like, like, if it was just me and Amanda, I think we would totally have moved by now. I think it's the third most. San Francisco and Manhattan are still more expensive than LA. I had to drive 2 hours with SLU. Yeah, but how much were you making? Because, like, guys, is it gonna freak you guys out if I clip my nails? They really need to be done. Like, it'd be one thing if I was doing a TD job, my normal job, and driving 2 hours. I would totally do that. I would drive all the way down to San Diego to do a daily technical director job, or I would rent a small, like, apartment down there. But for 16 an hour, it wouldn't be worth it. My previous job was I was a technical director operating the broadcast for a Facebook Live show called Top 30, which is now a national news show. Yeah, it was decent. I mean, it was way more than what I'm making now with Instacart. And for a week, I filled in for one of the guys over at Dish Nation, and what was his job technically called? Technical coordinator, technical manager? And he had less responsibilities and made like an extra $100 bucks a day. Why did they let me go? The project came to a close. This is every job I have in Los Angeles is a production job, and it's always a contract, and it's like, yeah, it's gonna work from June to September, and that's it. And once it's over, it's over. Sometimes you work on a show and it gets picked up again. Like the last 3 years I've been doing Dish Nation because they've gotten their seasons picked up. But this was specifically a promotion for the television show. And like once they started doing the television show, they stopped doing the stream that way. They just turned it into like the host on a mobile app. Whereas basically for the summer, we were doing the actual show as a live stream, which was super cool and challenging. But yeah, they didn't want to do the same thing because then their affiliates would be like, wait, you're just giving the show away online? Why are we paying you money? It is hectic, but it tends to pay better, and it's usually fun. Usually, um, and that's why I'm in Los Angeles, because I can't get these jobs anywhere else. My grandpa worked for the same company for 55 years. I have probably worked 55 jobs in the last 20 years. That is the Hollywood game. Yeah, you don't stay employed by any one particular thing for that long. You're lucky if you have something that lasts more than 4 months. All right. Okay. Came in here to trim nails. Take names. But yeah, like, if I just want to work at a Costco, I can get out of LA. But if I want to be a technical director, I look in other places, but those jobs are they're not even easy to find in LA. You look somewhere else, it's nearly impossible. It's really outside of Los Angeles. They want it's weird because it's called technical director, but broadcast operator is more. Hang on, the gardeners are right outside the window. Is more accurate to what I'm actually doing, but nobody calls it that. But then the people, there's half the people. That's what they want, is someone to run their live stream, and then half the people want someone who's actually like in IT. And it's like, that's not the same position. That is not what I do. So it's weird. Like, I can get away with a certain level of technology and knowing all that stuff, but at a certain point, I'm not going to be able to like set up all your servers. And like, sometimes there's a weird disconnect there. I worked 8 years for a company, and it sucked, and I had 4 burnouts because of that. Yeah. Yeah, I've done the long-term jobs. They are not usually fun. Not that every production gig is fun, but you also always know that it's going to end soon. So, yeah, it's cool. All right. It's definitely a weird life I've chosen. Hey, I'm a certified networker, and there are 0 jobs in my area because they don't offer internet in lots of places around me. Jesus. That's a bad choice. Have you thought about starting your own, porn? Have you thought about porn, Ryan? Maybe just produce it? Move out. Yeah, also move somewhere better. I mean, you could just try and find the job and move to the job. That's what it was. So yeah, I was talking about trying to find technical director jobs in other states. And I found like 50 of them. They were all the same company. And it was like the NFL or like esports or something. So it was like one day in a different city, I was like, I couldn't even do that because I'm not gonna. That's too expensive for me to like travel to do that. I'd end up making like $40. What if I moved to LA, Sam? Would you give me the ropes? Um, Assuming I got into a stable position and had any free time, yes. If things are the way they are right now, it seems unlikely. LA has corrupted Sam. He will rob you. I can't even afford a gun, so that seems unlikely. I'll shake a cat at you. Give me all your money, or I'll let Fluffy go. Oh, she looks vicious today. Oh, look at that glint in her eyes. She tasted blood before. My cat looked at me like, what are you doing to that cat? It's a fake. It's my hands. Alright. You're okay. Gonna is a substitute teacher. Mostly she's a house mom. She's a mom. That is her profession, but she does not get enough. He can rob me, but I don't have more than 10 Bics. And that's not even real money, because those are Bics. That's like a razor company or something. She does, she does some substitute work, and she nannies occasionally. And I know what you meant. just making the jokes. And her sister started hiring her to like organize and clean up her apartment, and her sister actually pays her a decent wage, like more enough that I don't need to do Instacart for those hours that she goes to do that. Unfortunately, it's like once a week. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. She does some freelance work, and it's maybe once a week or twice a week at the most. Sometimes she doesn't do anything. If the girls were both in, when the girls are both in public school, then she'll probably start working again more. But right now, it's because of the way preschool teachers are paid, and pretty much babysitting. It's not worth it for her to work because then we would just have to hire a babysitter, and she would either be breaking even or not even making money. Um, and so yeah, and it's more valuable for her to actually be with the girls, and being their mom as opposed to some stranger. But yeah, once they're both in like the public school or like the school system for real, so in like 2 years, then she can start doing more stuff and taking more jobs and all that. And what was she looking into? I think she was looking into WAG or like a dog walking thing. Not WAG, but something like that, where it's like dog walking. My aunt is a teacher in Brooklyn, and she is scared that the president. Yeah, I was talking about arming teachers. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, less guns near kids is what we need. Because really, all you're doing is planting new weapons for a shooter to find and then use. Like, because those teachers, it's not gonna work. It's just like, now you've just totally created like a Castle Wolfenstein kind of situation where it's like, okay, I shot this one, now I get this gun, now I shoot this guy, I get this gun, and oh my god. You want to say video games are the problem? Don't make the world video games. Because that's exactly what you're doing. Also, you just put some first aid kits randomly around, and the meme that says Ronald Reagan was shot surrounded by armed security service. He should have had a math teacher with a gun. Oh, I haven't seen that one. That's really good. um, well, yeah. So I put out on my on Facebook back in 2009, Fort Hood, I think that's right, had a mass shooting. 13 people were killed and like 30 people were injured. and it was at a military base. Um, and then somebody responded, yeah, but they don't keep guns on military bases. Why the hell do you want to put guns on a school if you're not going to put it on a military base? Like, what? Where's the logic there? Because you have people that are trained to use them on a military base, which I don't know what the truth on that level is, because they've got to be there. There's guns somewhere on a military base. Don't tell me there's no gun there. That's ridiculous. They do training operations. Maybe you're not allowed to, be walking around with them or something. If a kid is a shooter in the school, how is the teacher going to automatically know which student it is? The assumption is they're firing the weapon. And who's going to stand in the line of a firing weapon? It doesn't make sense. Like, cops don't even rush in, they hide behind their cars and, like, take pause, and when somebody else tells them to shoot, they shoot. Like, it's every single, like, thing about this is just ridiculous. Anyway. And here's the thought I had. So it used to be, like, mailmen that, like, lost their minds. Like, back in, like, the 70s and the 80s, right? That's where you got the term going postal, was mail deliverers were doing, like, mass shootings, I think, at post offices mostly. So what happened that stopped? Because you don't hear about that anymore. I could definitely see if a teacher has a class on lockdown with a door locked and a kid is trying to get in, they mistakenly hurt or kill some innocent. Sure. And when the cops finally come into the school and they see a teacher with a gun, who's getting shot? It's asinine. Like, cops get that report of, like, shots fired, massive shots fired from, like, 40 different phone calls, video footage. They're not going to go in and go, okay, remember, teachers probably have guns in this school, so wait, shoot that guy! There's a gun right now! Just shoot him. Don't ask if he's the shooter. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Not to mention that teachers can't even afford, like, to make copies. They have to buy their own homework copies and stuff like that in most schools. I think I've seen the numbers. I don't know if they're true, but NYPD has an 18% gun accuracy rating. Easy, but I don't know. And, like, seriously, I have friends that are teachers. They leave things all over the place. They forget their phones at school, just on their desk. They leave whatever. And only 18%. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like, come on. Like, now every school is going to have to get extra money to install lock boxes in every single classroom, because you can't have that just out. Schools don't even buy the supplies for teachers. Is exactly what I was saying. Yes. Yeah, it's illogical. It's beyond illogical. It is like, and it would cost so much money to arm and train every teacher in the country. So much money. It's so ridiculous. Why didn't have a security guard at schools? I mean, they had a security guard at Park Lake who did not fire on that shooter at all. He stayed outside. So he was a trained security guard with a firearm, and nothing happened with that. So clearly a teacher's going to do better. It's I cannot wait until this regime has ended and the next politician is which we'd stop electing politicians and hire scientists. I don't disagree with that at all. I don't know, man. I kind of see both sides of the argument. To having teachers have guns? No, that's not. That's not. It's not. You can't put that on them. It is contrary to what their position is. People already think that they're basically parenting their children, which is not accurate. You need to parent your children and instill in them, these values of like other people have opinions and that's okay. Not the teacher's part, but I think taking away all the guns is not the solution either. See, I don't think I have no problem with certain people having access to certain guns. You know, yeah, but look at Australia, look at Iceland, look at Europe, in general, or England, UK, all that. Japan, like, we're the only, well, not the only ones, but we're at the forefront of school shootings that are going up and the numbers are getting bigger. No one else has had that growth. Well, it's not automatic weapons. Let's be correct and know that it's semi-automatic weapons. Automatic weapons are illegal to own as a private citizen. But there is a wide range of the semi-automatic weapons that members of that cult will tell you, oh, they're all the same, but they're not because they fire faster, they fire, you know, at a higher velocity, and stuff like that. And there are hacks and bump stocks that can make it, the difference between firing 20 bullets in a minute and firing 158 bullets in a minute. Can't they put security at the gate or something like that? I don't see how violence is political. Sure, because there's, money behind it. All I'm saying, people are definitely dying, is we limit the size of the magazines that are available to be bought to like 20 or less bullets. 6, honestly. And you cannot own more than 20 bullets in your house. Like, and then, yeah, we get rid of the AR-15s and the AK-47s and all of those things that are, designed specifically just to destroy. Like, hunting rifles are cool, that's fine. You can only fire a couple shots and then you have to take a minute and then reload it. You're hunting, great. But yeah, there's something needs to change clearly. And my father-in-law, both my father-in-laws, because I have stepfather-in-law, they are both big hunters, and they totally back that. They would totally say everyone needs to have, major background checks, not just like, oh, okay, you don't seem crazy. Like, actual background checks. And it's not a mental health thing, because, like, all of the shooters, it's the chart on that is, like, something like 12% have been diagnosed with mental illness, and the others, nope. They're just pissed off, irrational, and, I mean, we're mostly talking teenagers right now. Like, come on, like, let's, and, most of these people obtain these guns legally. Children are being murdered. People are like, stop talking about politics, make me angry. Yeah. I've seen some people say we should just get rid of all guns, though. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's a natural reaction, and personally, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But to appease the people who want the guns, who happen to be a really, really small minority in this country, by the way. They're just a very vocal minority with a large organization behind them that several other corporations are cutting ties with right now. So we'll see what happens in the next few years. Because have you seen all this? There's like so many companies cutting ties with the NRA right now. But yeah, first off, um, I forget what this. I'm going to say 15%, but it's only like 15% of gun owners are actually members of the NRA. So they are not only a minority in the country, but a minority within gun owners in general. They just happen to be the loudest damn minority you've ever heard. So we can be louder. There's more of us. They can suck it. Um, but yeah, I personally, I don't care. You know, I don't need to take guns away from everyone. I want to make it harder for irrational, emotional teenagers to get guns. You know, anyone with any kind of troubled history, like stalking or actual prison time, anything like that, no guns. It just needs to crack down. Because really, what's the argument for keeping the guns? What's the big one that you hear? Aside from that is our Second Amendment right. That's an amendment. It was added on. They want to fight the U.S. military. Yes. So the argument is, if the government ever gets too big and basically decides to come for our guns, we want to be able to use those guns to fight the government, who have tanks and planes and stealth bombers. What are you going to do about that? The big argument is the government one. So it's such a circular argument. It's completely irrational and specious, and it's like every single point can be broken. They say Hitler took the guns, but did Hitler take certain guns because Germans had a school? Right. No, they did not. That is totally the big one that's the one I'm hearing all the time. Is like, it's our right, the Second Amendment, and which was put into place because of if we need to fight the government. That is why the Second Amendment is there. So that if a foreign adversary or our own government turns against the people can rise up and create militias. And seriously, if at any point that needs to happen, come on, Russia and China are going to back that and fight, drop guns everywhere. No rational person. Yeah, but we're not talking about rational people. We're talking about NRA members whose crazy little dream is that they can live out in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where they have beat the government. This has been an argument that's been going on since Reagan, if not before that. You want to do self-defense, get a taser. Oh, it's 11:30. I should get off and get some work done, and then get on the clock. We could. Okay, I know people with gun collections with Confederate flags that claim the government will come for them one day. America is crazy right now. Yeah, it's totally nut bar. I totally support California seceding from the Union, forming its own crazy little country. I don't think it's as crazy as people think. I don't know. I mean, from where I'm sitting, it's pretty nuts. I don't think anything's gonna come of it. I think it's gonna be all talk for 4 years, and then somebody else will be in here, and nothing will, Some people act like the world is on the verge of collapse. Yes, I agree, and it's on both sides. I wish I could live somewhere with these radical liberals that want their kids to live fulfilling lives with trauma and. You mean without trauma and murder? I assume. Yeah. It's without. I thought so. Without trauma and murder. I know. I mean, I'm in Los Angeles. I was hoping there'd be more of that here. If I just saw news and Facebook posts all day, I would probably think the world is about to end too. Right. Yeah, you can't stay on Facebook all the time. The phone is apparently Republican. You mean spell check is apparently Republican. Got warm in this house. All right. Um, let's wrap it up. I got to do some work stuff before I do some work stuff. I might pop onto the Discord for a little bit. Tomorrow, well, depending how today goes, I don't know. Tomorrow I'm supposed to work down in Hollywood, but based on this new system, I might switch my hours to just do this thing and try and stay local, which means I might get to stream. If I'm in the car, I can't because it just uses up too much battery. And man, this Instacart thing in itself uses up my battery really fast. So like I need to be on, computer access for that. But all right, guys, I'll catch you later. I'm gonna sign off. I'll try and jump onto the Discord. Thanks. Thank you, Evan. Me too. Yeah, which reminds me, I'm going to put an application into Costco. It is what it is. They have good benefits, though, apparently. So, doesn't sound like a great place to work, but apparently it's one of the better companies to work for these days. I'm going to put an application in to Dollar General. I hope they pay more than $1 an hour. That sucks. If they have a Costco out there, try and get a Costco job. Or, what's the other good one? I know Trader Joe's is good, but that's not near you. Trader Joe's, Costco, IKEA. Are there any IKEAs out there? All right. All right, guys. I'll see you on Discord. Stay strong, and I'll see you soon.